that's not how you want homecoming to go. Part of a great homecoming weekend is a football team winning the game, but it's hard to win when you start that way. We put a big emphasis on it, and there should be a big emphasis on trying to get momentum early on in the game, and those turnovers early on, the fumbles, put us in a hole. And when you're not a good football team yet, it's hard to overcome adversity like that. Offensively, you know, Jeff did some things better than he did the week before, but he was under a lot of pressure. We were never really able to get our running game going, which hurt us. Defensively, the guys played hard, but when you're -3 or so in the turnover ratio, they got some. No takeaways, I think, for us. Tough duty to win. Injury-wise, it's always concerning when a player goes off, you know, on a car stretcher. But Malik Turner will be okay. He's in the locker room right now. Other players, we had some other guys that, you know, that went down with injuries. I'll be able to let you know a little bit more in detail later on in the week with that. Wes Lunt, questions have been asked about him. He is getting better. He's dressed, so that's progress in the right direction. At the same time, you have to give Minnesota an awful lot of credit. They caused the, you know, the turnover early on and hung in there and got a win. And again, we're not there yet. We'll keep plugging away. Take your question.
Could Wes have played today?
He's making progress, but no. Yes, Chase Crouch had surgery last week, season-ending surgery. Massive blow to us also. Of course, Chase was doing some good things, but injuries happen. Road to recovery. Rehab has already started.
Lovie, with these injuries to your offense, just how has that changed what you guys have to do? And what's that?
Well, it changes what we can do. And now, you know, it's a race to see what all we can do. And talking, you know, ideally you like to say, you know, you have trouble there to run the football more. And you have to beat people up front to be able to run the football. They won up front battles a few times more than we did today. But yes, you adjust based on what you have, and we realize we have injuries right now.
You mentioned the turnovers and not just the position either, obviously. Just how damaging was it? Just where some of those took place, and just overall, sometimes special teams.
It's just so it's hard to overcome. You know, and that's what we're preaching. You know, we defer. We most of the time we want to you know, make them make a mistake, get field position early on. The win was a factor today, but when you know, you don't do things to get the momentum, it's just hard to get out of it. But we did, and we got ourselves back in it. But it's just hard to overcome time after time.
Coach, a lot of underclassmen are playing, freshmen or redshirt freshmen. Can you talk about which ones are standing out to you and how that's going to benefit your team down the road?
Well, as far as standing out, I mean, you know, we've lost a lot of games. It's hard to say, talk about standouts right now. We are playing a lot of freshmen. Maybe not by choice on some of it, you know, with some injuries, but some of them have earned playing time. It's not like we're in a, you know, trying to play young guys mode, anything like that. We're still playing the players we feel like gives us the best opportunity to win. Some freshmen we have has gotten that opportunity.
How do you just try to keep it positive for the next 4 games?
Well, as far as try to keep it positive, I don't think it should be positive when you lose as many games as we. I think we should all feel the way I'm feeling right now, and the way the rest of the guys. When you lose homecoming that way, you shouldn't feel good, and that should be the driving point to make you get some things right, and that's where we are. So I and the rest of our team doesn't feel good right now. We should.
We have a lot of visitors here today. What do you tell recruits when this season hasn't gone as well as you thought?
Well, I think when recruits come in, I think most recruits are looking at how do I fit next year. It's not what a team. I'm not on the team right now. As we see it, I think most, you know, recruits are looking at how they would fit into the program. What a lot of recruits probably see is that I may have an opportunity to play here a little bit quicker than I can some other place. So hopefully that's the case.
What challenging has this been just with all the injuries and the losses mounting up?
That's life in football. Injuries happen. You can't. Well, you do plan for them. You know that each year I've been involved, injuries happen, and injuries that you go into the season and say, hey, hopefully we don't have injuries at this position. But normally you do. Having injuries at the quarterback, some positions is are hurt a little bit more than others. Of course, the quarterback position is that way. But that's where we are. That didn't have a lot to do with some of the mistakes we're making right now. We understand we have injuries, but some of the things we're doing right now has nothing to do with that.
Coach, the state playoffs are currently going on in the high school season. Is that something you guys pay attention to now that the day is over?
The state playoffs.
The IHSA state playoffs, you have several recruits in the playoffs going on. Is that something you guys pay attention to? Or?
We're paying attention to the University of Illinois, is what we're doing. And, but as far as recruits out there, yes, we are paying attention to them. Not necessarily playoffs and what they're doing each week, absolutely. We have recruits in this weekend. We have about 3 or 4 official visits this weekend. Part of the rest of the weekend will be entertaining them. And it is always about recruiting process. So, yes, to answer your question, we're paying a little bit of attention, a little bit more, a little bit later on. How's that? He's out for the season. Does it really matter?
Yeah.
Not really for me. From my point to you, as Chase is out, we'll go into detail a little bit more. We got plenty of time before you'll be talking to him on the field. Thank you very much.